But as hard as it was, like, I couldn't deny what I was feeling in my gut and in my heart. And that's what I really want to like drive home in all of this, is that one, I've learned how to follow my heart. And I used to think that that just meant like whatever your heart wants most, aka whatever your weakness is, that's it, just do it. And that's not it. It's not always the easy thing. It's not always the thing you just want the most. It's a lot of times like what is hard, but it's what's right. And so if I've learned anything, it's like just follow your heart and watch for those red flags and watch for those things to, and like, don't ignore them. Don't just brush them aside, and don't just think it's not a big deal, because they're there for a reason and we have to pay attention to them. And then the second thing would be to create a list. Like, I am so glad, because when I was feeling like things were kind of like wavering from what I was feeling in the beginning, sometimes it's hard to know and it's hard to understand because you're like all up in this emotional experience. And like, I've learned to be pretty grounded, and I don't really think I'm like naive and like get on the whole cloud 9 thing anymore. But like it's still hard to know, like, okay, wait, I fell in love with this person, but like, why did I fall in love with them, and why am I feeling so like distant at this moment? And for me to be able to go back and look at that list and be like, oh yeah, because he checked this and that off by doing this and that, and now like he doesn't do those things, and I'm straight up asking this of him to fulfill this need or this want or whatever, and he doesn't want to do it. Like, that's why I'm not feeling that. So having a list, and like I could probably find you 20 lists, and it's just changed and evolved over the relationships I've had and over dating in the years and how I've changed. And that's something I would recommend everybody does. Like, make a list of your non-negotiables, of the things that you expect out of a relationship. And that's the thing, is like, then I knew what I expected, and I knew my standards, and that's why I started to date him, and that's why I allowed myself to fall into love with him. But when it came down to it, he didn't want to fulfill those things anymore, and that's okay. Like, everyone has a different idea of what a good relationship is and what a happy life is, and if he doesn't want to do it, that's okay. But I know that he's expressed to me that like my openness about like what I want and what I expect in a relationship made him feel like I was ungrateful, or like made him feel underappreciated for the things that he did do. And that I feel bad about, and maybe that's something I can work on. I always try to like express my gratitude for things that are done for me, but I can see that, but I can't let that be a reason why I'm just going to let go of my standards and my expectations for a relationship. I can be sorry for my delivery, but I'm not sorry for what I expect in a relationship. And that's what I think we need to all learn to do, is to have our standards and expectations and stick to them. So like, if there was like 3 things or 2 things really that I could like hope that anyone would take from this, is to follow your heart and follow your gut, even if it's not easy, and even if it's not what you really think you want. And 2, to like have a list or create standards and expectations and know what they are, and then stick to them. Like, whatever you do, stick to them. Quit ignoring red flags. Quit ignoring the things that disappoint you so badly. Try to have the conversation, and if things don't get better, know your worth. Know your worth. Know what makes you happy, and know that you deserve a happy life. So don't settle for anything less than that. And like, all I can say is, at this point, I am grateful that I didn't go down there. I really am. As hard as it's been, and as sad as it's made me, like, and don't get me wrong, I've had days that I've just slept and cried, and like, there's still things that like trigger emotion in me, and like are still hard. And it's like almost 2 weeks later now, but I know it's what's right, because like true colors will continue to show through, and it's just continuing to be confirmed to me that it's a good thing that I'm not down there. And that's not to say anything like my ex is a good person. We just weren't meant for each other, and that's a hard thing to get a grip on. But I know it's right, and I know that we're all strong enough. We all have it in us to stand up for what we want in life, and for what makes us happy, and for ultimately what we deserve. And whatever you think you deserve is what you deserve. I have a hard time with that. Like, there's that fine line, right, between like humility and confidence, or, you know, not wanting to come off like with too high of expectations. But I really truly believe that we all deserve to be happy, and we all deserve to be loved in a way that we can receive it. And so if that can help anybody, to me, this is real life. To me, this is what I've gone through over the last 10 years and what I know other girls go through. And I know when I talk about it with people, it turns out so many people are going through the same type of thing. And I just feel like we need to be there for each other. And I just hope that this can like give someone the confidence to do whatever they've been needing to do or wanting to do, or not wanting to do more, like, but need to do. And I just like genuinely, like, I want everyone to be happy, and I want everyone to find their soulmate and the person that can complete, I shouldn't even say complete, the person who can add so much to their already complete life. But anyways, that's my experience, and that is like, this has been tough, it's hard, but I know I'm gonna be okay. And it's so nice to walk away from a relationship not feeling obliterated and like it's repairable, and like I just need to get over that person and move on with my life, and it's gonna be okay. But like, I'm still good, and like I finally for once stuck to what my heart was telling me, what I knew to be right. I didn't go down there anyways like I would have before, and just dodged all these red flags. So if I can do it, I know literally anybody can do it. And if I can ever be there for anybody, like, reach out to me and I will seriously like give you all the pep talks you need. But anyway, that's my experience, and I hope that it can help somebody else.